Unfinished echoes. I was a regular soldier deployed to Bosnia, a country haunted by the echoes of war. The year was 1996, and tensions still lingered in the air. Our mission was to support peacekeeping efforts and assist with humanitarian aid. It was a time of rebuilding, but little did I know that something sinister lurked beneath the surface. We were stationed at a remote outpost nestled in the heart of the Bosnian countryside. The days were mundane, marked by monotonous patrols and tedious routines. But as the nights fell, the true nature of this place began to reveal itself. One evening, during a routine patrol, my comrades and I stumbled upon an abandoned village. Its dilapidated houses stood as eerie reminders of the past. Broken windows stared out like hollow eyes, and the wind whispered through the crumbling walls. Entering one of the houses, we found old photographs scattered across the floor. The images portrayed happy families, their smiles frozen in time. But there was something unsettling about those pictures. The faces seemed distorted, their eyes filled with an unspoken sorrow. As we continued exploring, we discovered a hidden cellar beneath one of the houses. The air grew thick with a sense of foreboding, but curiosity got the better of us. We descended into the darkness, armed with rifles, flashlights and trepidation. The cellar was damp and oppressive, the scent of decay permeating the air. Dust-covered cobwebs clung to every corner, and the silence weighed heavily upon us. But it was the whispers that sent shivers down our spines, the faint echoes of voices long gone. We followed the whispers deeper into the labyrinthine tunnels that snaked beneath the village. The walls were etched with strange symbols that spoke of ancient rituals and forgotten horrors. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were trespassing into something far beyond our comprehension. Time seemed to lose its meaning as we delved further into the darkness. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if beckoning us towards an inevitable fate. Our flashlights began to flicker, casting erratic shadows upon the walls. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream tore through the air, echoing through the tunnels. Panic gripped us, and we scrambled to find the source of the sound. But in the chaos, we became separated, each soldier disappearing into the abyss. Alone in the darkness, I stumbled forward, my heart pounding in my chest. The whispers transformed into guttural growls, and the shadows danced with malicious intent. Fear clung to me like a second skin, consuming my every thought. As I wandered deeper into the abyss, I came across a chamber adorned with occult symbols. In the center, a grotesque altar stood, bathed in an otherworldly glow. I felt an irresistible pull towards it, my body moving on its own accord. As I approached, the whispers intensified, forming a cacophony of tortured voices. Their words intertwined, creating a maddening symphony that threatened to shatter my sanity. The altar seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, drawing me closer and closer. I reached out to touch it, my fingertips grazing its surface. Suddenly, a blinding light engulfed the chamber, and the voices crescendoed into a deafening roar. The next thing I knew, I was back in the abandoned village, surrounded by my comrades. Confusion clouded our minds as we tried to make sense of what had happened. None of us could explain the supernatural forces that had whisked us away. But it was then that we realized one of our own was missing, Private Jameson. We retraced our steps, searching every nook and cranny, but there was no sign of him. We refused to give up, desperate to find our lost comrade. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but our efforts were in vain. Eventually, we were reassigned and forced to leave Bosnia behind. But the memory of that forsaken village and the unfinished echoes of the past would forever haunt our dreams. We never found closure, never discovered the fate of Private Jameson. Years passed since our ill-fated encounter in Bosnia, but the memories remained etched in my mind. The unfinished echoes of that forsaken village continued to haunt me, refusing to let go. Determined to find closure, I embarked on a personal journey to unravel the mysteries that plagued my thoughts. Through countless hours of research and investigation, I discovered a hidden history of the village we had stumbled upon. It turned out that during the Bosnian War, the village had been a site of unspeakable atrocities. It was a place where innocent lives were mercilessly taken, their spirits forever trapped in the depths of despair. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I returned to the village, now a ghostly shell frozen in time. Darkness enveloped the surroundings, the air heavy with an oppressive energy. It was as if the village itself held its breath, waiting for me to uncover its secrets. Guided by instinct, I made my way back to the hidden cellar, the epicenter of the inexplicable events that had unfolded years ago. As I descended into its depths, the whispers began anew, their voices a chorus of anguish and torment. But this time, I was determined not to succumb to fear. I ventured deeper into the labyrinthine tunnels, my heart once again pounding against my chest. The walls pulsed with an ancient power, the symbols etched upon them exuding an eerie glow. I followed the path with unwavering determination, prepared to face whatever lay ahead. Finally, I arrived at the chamber, the very heart of the darkness that had consumed us before. The altar stood, its malevolence radiating throughout the room. It beckoned to me, a silent invitation to uncover the truth that had eluded us all these years. With trembling hands, I reached out to touch the altar once more. As my fingertips grazed its surface, a surge of energy coursed through me. Visions flashed before my eyes, horrific images of the village during the war, the cries of the innocent echoing through time. But amidst the chaos, one image stood out. Private Jameson, his face etched with terror, bound to the altar, trapped in eternal suffering. It was a chilling revelation, confirming our worst fears. His fate had been sealed within these unhallowed walls. As I pulled away from the altar, the whispers ceased, and an eerie silence settled upon the chamber. The truth had been uncovered, yet closure remained elusive. Private Jameson's spirit remained trapped, unable to find peace, forever tormented by the horrors he witnessed. Leaving the village once more, I carried the weight of that unfinished chapter with me. I couldn't shake the feeling that our ordeal had only scratched the surface of a much deeper, malevolent force that lurked within Bosnia's shadows. To this day, I dedicate myself to unraveling the mysteries of the supernatural. I search for answers, for ways to set those lost souls free. Private Jameson's spirit serves as a constant reminder that some secrets are never meant to be fully uncovered, and some stories are destined to remain unfinished. Remember to like and subscribe.